Welcome back. It's a bit warm today, isn't it? Had to take the jacket off. Get into something a little bit more comfortable, okay? Which means it's easier for us to work. And something I'd like you to consider at this juncture is, if I'm an NLP trainer, I'm an NLP master practitioner, I'm a timeline therapist, I'm a hypnotherapist, why am I telling you all this? Shouldn't I be worried that you're going to take my business away? No. But this is where this gets really interesting. And before I talk to you about products, I want to talk to you about something I call MTOS. It's a little acronym that I came up with. Do you like it? It stands for Mother Teresa on steroids. Okay, so imagine there is a community. Yeah? You've got your site here. So that's you. And then there's someone else here, and let's call him Bob. Remember Bob? And you've got your 5 different ways to generate leads. And in here you've got a marketplace. And you've got your product. We'll just put P for product. I hope you can see this. Now, you have got I'll bring us down here, a database. And so has Bob. Different database, because you're not allowed to give the names of people on your database to someone else. It's illegal, yeah? However, let's just take you out of it and just look at Bob's database for a while. So Bob's got a database of 50,000 people, and he writes them an email once a week, and he says, hey, you have just written this wonderful new book. It's all about how to get over trauma after being in an earthquake, and how to do this in 30 minutes or less, or in 3 sessions of 30 minutes, something like that. I highly recommend that you get this. So, your book, which is just a front end, and you sell the book to, I don't know, 100 people. And of those, 80% of them take them up on your bonus offer. And so you get 80 names from that. By the way, marketing is all psychology and arithmetic. That's it. Simple, you know. Don't make it too complex. So you've had an 80% opt-in, so you've got 80 people. You can pay Bob a 30% commission. Or, alternatively, you can create a reciprocal deal with Bob. When Bob writes his book, you do a review on that and you recommend it to your list. So you've got this cross recommendation mechanism set up. And here's the thing. In the site that I've actually designed, this can happen automatically. The same thing with your products, your digital products. And here's something that most of you may not be aware of. If you build a digital product, maybe whether it's a video series, or an audio series, or a series of PDFs, ebooks, whatever, and you put it on ClickBank, nobody is going to promote it unless you pay them a minimum of 75% commission. Ouch. Or is it? Because here's the thing. When you look at your business as in a different manner, if you look at your business as a series of different forms of leverage, 75% of a $20 product is nothing. It's costing you $15 to acquire a customer. So you're getting $5, they're getting 15. That is what is known as your front end. And then you have, I'll be talking to you about front end, back ends, cross sells, upsells, down sells later on in this video series, because this is where it gets really, really interesting in terms of leverage. But for now, let's just stick with this simple model. You've got your book, you've got your products, Bob's got his book, his products, you've both got a database, you've both got a list. It doesn't actually cost you anything to have Bob sell your stuff. It's actually in your best interest to pay Bob maybe a 50% commission on the sale of your product. Because what are you selling? You're selling electrons. You're selling electrons. The only time, the only cost involved in creating those electrons is the time spent writing it, recording it, and uploading it. After that, it becomes free money. It becomes free leverage. It becomes free credibility. Because the other thing is, you would also want Bob to do a test, a beta test on your product. Wouldn't you? How much easier is it to sell something if someone says, you know what, I've just tested your product and it was really amazing. And I found stuff out and I didn't know that. Can you see how powerful this is? And this is just with two people. The software that I've developed has been tested on audiences of up to 50,000 people. Now, not in the context that I'm talking about it, but it is very powerful, it's very sturdy, it's very robust, and it's been in use for over 20 years for a different purpose. The software basically is the key to the door, and this software is why I'm not worried about you using all my strategies. Because if you look at human civilization, the most successful civilizations in creation, in history, have all worked through cooperation, through working together. This is a problem I've been trying to solve for 2005, and I've finally done it. And I'm going to be unveiling a lot more on how this works when we get to Christchurch. So, in one of the upcoming videos, I'm going to talk to you about building products, but it's not actually the most important thing for you to learn right now. I think the most important thing I would encourage you to think about is to shift your mindset to one of, how can I help someone else win in just such a way that I win too? Or alternatively, how can I win in just such a way that everybody else wins? Because I don't know about you, but I'm here on this planet to change the world, to make it the sort of place that people want to live in. I want to create a world where people get what they want and want what they get. And yet, because see, I do business with lots of people all over the world. And there's an organisation in Cambodia called Helping Hands. And what they do is they build schools. They build roads by hand, you know, like with buckets and spades. They have got solar panels on the roof of the schoolhouse, because most of the kids have to work in the paddy fields all day in 40, 45 degree heat. But in the evening, they can come to the school and sit down in the schoolroom, and with the light that, from the stored energy of the sun, which is stored in batteries, they can learn to read, they can learn to write. And these people provide scholarships so these kids can go to university. And they feed them every morning, they give them breakfast, because a lot of these people, in a family of 6, there'd be a little bowl of rice like that with a tiny sardine, and that is for food, for family, for the day. So they're giving these kids breakfast every day. They're showing the villagers how to grow vegetables so they can get off the staple, stodgy, starchy rice diet. They're doing amazing stuff. And it's all started with just one woman. She was a wedding photographer in Sydney, and she went on holiday to Cambodia. After 3 months she phoned her dad and said, "Dad, guess what? I'm not coming home. I'm staying here. I'm going to start an NGO." And she did. And she'd been there for 4 years. An amazing woman. They're building bridges. And it's all just done with donations. And the thing is that it's amazing stuff. If you ever go to Cambodia, go to Siem Reap, and from there head up to Prasat village, and you'll see Deborah there. Amazing woman. So, that's a little sideline. And that is my answer to those of you who say you're not in business to make money. Money is wonderful for helping other people.